Hello and welcome to the Eye of Kolkoran, our cramped little quarters on board the ship bound for Sorrowdusk Isle. I thought we'd do something a little bit different this time around at this level, so we're going to do the first part of Sorrowdusk. Sorrowdusk, if you didn't know, goes across, I think it's maybe even five, six, seven, eight, nine, and 10. Yeah, five different base quest levels. So it does pose a bit of a challenge regarding getting the whole thing done all at once. I have in the past split it up into two parts, done the first part and then come back a bit later on when I'm of a higher level. And I think that works pretty well, although it's a bit of a faff. And another of you in the forum comments echoed the same thing, that was what you did, just did the first part. I mean, it works reasonably well because the first couple of parts of the chain are reasonably close together, and the third part you have to do a bit of running to get to. So that's what I'm proposing to do. Gear-wise, for level 8, we've made a couple of little changes. We've got the excellent Flame Guards lenses, deadly, quality deadly, double strike, quality double strike, and also some electric resistance on there that we were missing. So our resistances now against the main four are pretty good. No Fialan buffs to forget this time because we didn't do the Tangle Root chain. What else have we done? We've added a Sapphire of Snow Peak speed. That event is coming up quite soon. For those of you like me who don't have a quiver of alacrity on your TRing characters, this could be a very nice thing to pick up, usable from level 8 and just so handy for having the max possible run speed from an early level. Anything else? Yeah, I added Sapphire of Vertigo 4, picked up from the Randall Lyric augment vendor in the Feywild. You can get one of Stun or of Vertigo, just nice for rounding out the gear. You might recall we had Combat Mastery on our boots, the Feywild boots that we lost, and replaced them with these. So that was my way of getting the trip DC back up. I'm really pleased with where we're at with the trip and the stun. It's saying 30 there, but in Reaper, with the rage and everything going, we can reach a strength of 44, and that takes our stunning blow and trip DCs up to 36, and it's been working really nicely. So more than happy with that. It does take a little bit of work. We've got +4 to trip and stun from there's a stunning +4 there, and then as I've just shown there's this vertigo 4 there for the trip, and we've got +2 insightful combat mastery on this ring. So nice to be making good use of these things for a change instead of just putting them on because we've got nothing better to add. I did manage to find a Reaper enchantment version of the Lionheart ring we were using, so I've put that on too. Otherwise, broadly speaking, the same thing. Well, it is the same gear, no changes. We went through the Feywild, also on Reaper 2, and with a few little spikes from Red Crown damage, we basically trashed it. The temporary hit points from Blood Tribute is just so good to have, not subject to the Reaper nerf. You can trigger it basically as many times as you want. I mean, within reason, because you're losing one con every time you trigger it. But it's not a big deal. Honestly, I've been known to trigger it 5, 6, 7 times during a quest, and then of course everything resets when you complete or when you rest at a shrine, which we do to recover our boosts. 10 haste boost, more than enough to cover us for most quests without needing to rest, but resting recovers our double strike boost as well and our rages. So yeah, we're in a really strong position. I'm thinking because this is older content, I'm thinking to push a bit more even and try on Reaper 4 for this, which for my melee lives on this character has been absolutely unheard of. So that tells you how strong he is. Our brutish orc is definitely living up to his reputation. One thing I could and probably should have done and haven't done would have been to add Sapphire of Heavy Fort somewhere. Our fortification is 80, so not bad because we've got the moderate fort slotted in there. But from level 8 you can have Heavy Fort, and I've just noticed that. I've chosen to leave this Dread piece on at the moment because it's making part of a set. But maybe at 9, I think we're going to equip Black Razor at 9 for the wider crit profile it has. Here we're only critting on a... Actually, that's only critting on a 20, isn't it? I thought it was 19 to 20. Still, we're going to leave it. We've started with it, so we're going to continue. Where was I before I rudely interrupted myself? Oh yes, enhancements. We've had a bit of a rejig and noticed some new things. So here we've got 20 strike through from Angry Arms, and I notice up here once we get the greater two-handed fighting, which I think is going to come at 12, we can get some more strike through. So very nice. I don't know if we can... I don't think we can pick the greater two-handed up at 9. It might be an option instead of the improved critical. And if that's the case, maybe it's worth picking up. We'll see. But the other thing I've done, as mentioned, I'm building up now towards the on this cracking attack line towards the plus 2W damage each time we hit with the cracking attack. Now it is hit. You've got to hit with it, so you can't just swing it and get the bonus. So pay attention to that. But it does give you a notification when it goes off. I think it says crazy strikes, so you can easily tell when you've activated it. So at the moment it's on an extra 1W, which is still very nice. So I'm trying to pay attention and throw it in there as often as I can. Otherwise, fortitude save. I suppose that makes things more vulnerable to our stunning blow and trip, but no, trip is reflex, isn't it? But otherwise not that interesting. Minus fort would be the same as Sunder, so we really don't need Sunder on the bar now. I've taken it off. And for a boss that could be good. Maybe that would stack with Sunder, I don't know. But we don't use Sunder enough for me to waste a space on it. So yes, the next couple of points we get are going to go into there to keep our damage up nicely, because that's what's keeping us alive, smashing them before they can smash us, and remembering to keep the blood tribute temporary hit point barrier on at all times. Okay, a word on the skills. I could and probably should have put some into UMD instead of giving up on the UMD, because all I've really done is put some intimidate and a bit on jump. Now jump, our strength is going to be so... Well, you can see there, we've already got... I don't think we're mounted at the moment, and we've already got enough there that we don't need to... Are we mounted, in fact? Yes, we are on a mount, so we haven't... Just ignore me. I think that should be 20 lower, so we've got 25 at the moment. So I put some in jump early on to give us a bit more functionality there. Whereas in reality, well before we get to the cap, because we're a strength build and that's affected by strength, we will be maxed on that. If you didn't know, anything over 40 is pretty well useless with jump, unless I think if you're sneaking or some certain other conditions, the jump gets reduced, and so it can be advantageous to have higher. But generally speaking, over 40 is a waste. So I could have put, instead of going into heal as I've done, because I'm anticipating we're going to have to heal ourselves in epics, which is going to be a challenge because we're going to have to take, I think we're going to have to take the 7 in Draconic for casting while raged. I don't think that's negotiable. But yes, I could have put into UMD instead, and then had useful things like scrolls of fire shield available to me. Teleport I'm not too bothered about because we've got the Royal Guard mask for that. But things like Raise Dead might have been nice to be able to try on the off chance that we do any partying later on. What else have I got here to mention? No, I think it's all been mentioned. The just really pleased at where the Stunning Blow and the Trip have got to now. We've gone from very much hit and miss to much more hit than miss, and as our strike through now is our strike through is 130, so we're always hitting 2, and every 1 in 3 more or less we're hitting 3 things, so we could potentially stun or trip 3 if there are that many in front of us, which is beginning to be very nice. Okay, so let's have a word with our friend here and get off to Sorrowdusk and see what we can do. I think before the advent of horses, this was a particularly shunned chain. I think it probably still is with other, I mean, you've got the Feywild and you've got the Isle of Dread in and around this level, so people typically probably wouldn't run this during the leveling process. I just thought of something a bit different. So talk to the guy there and run round to the entrance to the mines.
By the wretched smell, these ogres must have recently dined on the flesh of fallen adventurers. The lift here leads down to a long abandoned
So we're going to try, as I mentioned on 4, see how we go on. It is older content, so it should be a bit more forgiving. Said he, promptly getting smashed up in the first encounter. Got to remember all the layers of defense, so starting with the blood tribute. Rage on.
Angry growls echo from its depths.
And remembering to throw the cracking attack. You'll see their crazed strikes. Stun there. So the stun and the trip are going to be big defense. I expect these to take some hammering to put down now that we have upped the difficulty level some. So leading with a trip or a crowd control would certainly help.
A key clatters to the floor.
Okay, dangerous traps on here. I think they could probably one-shot us, so we're going to be showing due caution here. Took some hammer there, so in between times we can just heal up with our potions. Now I'm going to go, this bridge has killed so many, I think, in the hardcore, for those of you who play that. Try and go halfway across.
You have the sense of fathomless depths
And then
beneath you.
the second time.
Fall into this chasm would be certain death.
Rage off. Oh, that's one thing I did. I took the points out of, because we're on 136 for the rage duration, so I took the points out of
See movement in one of the
extra
cells
rage
ahead.
duration.
It may be Achka.
Some nice crowd control thrown in there, but again forgot the blood tribute. I went in there first to activate the Reaper XP because without doing that, I think we might have been short of the 10 kills mark we would have needed to get that here, which would have been a pity.
Achka runs out of his cell and
So we could
disappears.
technically have disappeared without killing these things, but we're going to try and prove our mettle by doing so. That's the first one done. The bear would be mortified that there was no chest at the end.
The lift here
So the
leads
first,
down to long
there's
abandoned
4
mines.
quests in the first 2 parts. 2 each in each location. So we have to run back to the quest giver here, speak to him, and then go back to the mines where we came from to finish up that part.
In the hollow to the north waits Ruku, elder of the Grey Moon tribe.
I think for the next level we're going to have a foray into the Delira's tomb, as I said, to try and acquire that Carnifex axe. That would have been, actually would still be good for us at this level, because up to level 10 the damage dice don't scale up, do they? So something with a decent crit profile like that would be nice to have. Okay, take 2.
Tension in the mine is greater than before. The ogres are ready for you this time.
Oh, big hit, big hit. Okay, don't need to go down there this time. Let's just heal as we go. Very important to get them crowd controlled now that we're taking so much damage from them. And if we can't crowd control, dispatch them in a hurry. Yeah, big damage. We're going to take big damage from this trap as well if we get this wrong. If not outright death. Right, so we're going to have to face up to these. Let's get the dodge bonus going. We knocked him down. Very nice. I think that's the first time we've managed that against an elemental.
This door stands open. It doesn't take a Kalashtar to sense that the ogres want you to go in.
Nice. Can we try and knock that one down? No, it's on cooldown. Let's, hang on. Eliminate the fatigue. Ooh. Get the blood tribute on. Fatigue off. Knock him over if we can. Don't think we could.
The air shimmers with heat from the machinery in this chamber. You hear shuffling from the ledges above.
Ooh, we couldn't knock him over. Come on, get the boosts on. We're not doing very well here. That's more like it. Okay, blood tribute back on. Knock him down now. That's more like it.
key hits the
Yeah.
floor as the ogre shaman falls.
Get the rage back on. I tried to knock him down, missed it. Do we need to... No, I don't think we do. I think we can just go
Lord
straight in.
Bruce glowers at you from his throne and
All guns blazing.
the reek of rotting meat.
Come on.
Trolls. There are trolls here. Bruce crashes to the floor. His brief reign ends.
Oh, Reaper.
The trolls are dead. Their
Blood tribute just in case, yeah.
Ruku must hear of this.
But we smashed them up rather nicely at the end. But the damage is quite spiky, the incoming damage. So generally speaking, I would not run this difficulty unless we had the backup of some sort of healing class. I did experiment, as mentioned in a previous episode,
Lift here
with a hireling,
to a long
which
abandoned
died immediately in the first encounter, because I wouldn't be able to just park the hireling at the door, as some people like to do, and call it when I need healing. I would have to bring it with me, I think. Or if I did park it, it would get really annoying just calling it to me, healing up, then continuing on with the quest. We still might have to do that,
waits Ruku, elder
like when we
of the
get,
Grey
if we
Moon
get
tribe.
one that can sort of one-shot heal us, as opposed to messing about with these little healing potions. We may have to, later on in their life, just go through a couple of combats. Maybe we're halfway down on the bar, call it to us, do a heal, and leave it there until next time needed, something like that.
To obscure the caved-in ancient ruins.
I don't particularly look forward to that, but that's the price you pay if you don't group so often. I think in a group this character would be very decent. Of course, the chances are in a group most things would be dead by the time he got to them,
Lies the entrance to the
thanks
caves
to
of
the
Grey Moon
multitude of
Ogre
sorcerers
driven out by
and
trolls.
alchemists out there. Right, so we've gone up a base level. These are base level 7 now. So again, same deal. There are 2 quests in this cave, and in between them we have to go back to the giver to advance the quest.
You have come to the den of the Grey Moon tribe. Signs of struggle are everywhere. Think the trolls thicken the air.
Forgot the blood tribute. That was a big hit. I forgot the cracking attack as well. That's the thing about this. There are quite some things to remember, and as I keep adding to them, I'm keeping upping the challenge for myself on that score. But I'm confident once... oh, what's happened there? Okay. Once we get settled into a little routine of everything that needs to be switched on or clicked, I think we're going to be in a good place. Just got to remember to keep clicking this cracking attack, because that's a nice step up in damage for us. Keep clicking at crowd control to stop people from brutalizing us in return. Keep the temporary hit points up with the blood tribute, and remember to hit our boosts, haste and double strike, and the rage, of course.
The leaders of the ogre collaborators are ahead.
I think there's something through here, isn't there? So when the rage wears off, potion of lesser... Oh, can we... no, we can't do a lot about that yet. Potion of lesser resto. think that was the Vorpal on the axe. They just seemed to disappear, didn't they? Both of them did. And he did. Oh yes, 20. So good luck with that. Having said that, that's overkill at this level, I reckon. Because the crit on its own would have... It's a ×3, isn't it? The crit on its own would have dealt with that. So the Vorpal is overkill, I reckon. I think I missed with cracking attack there. That's not good. He saved against my... So they've got high fortitude saves, as you'd expect. So he saved against the... against the stunning blow. That's the cracking attack going in. Now are you going to come and attack us? I think you are, aren't you? Stunned him. I've got some more to deal with though. Oh, biggie. I did put the blood tribute in again, but we took some big damage there. Symptomatic of playing on the higher level, and of course they're taking more to kill as well. Oh. That was the cracking attack going in with another Reaper down here. Refresh the blood tribute just in case, because I wasn't sure where we were at hit point wise. Okay, now we can... what's the best thing to do here? To call him to us, perhaps. I could call him to us across the bridge. Let's do that. Get the blood tribute back on. Okay. I'm gonna put the dodge defense thing on as well. Nice. Okay. So unfortunately there are some more that can come out of these side rooms, but they won't come out, as far as I'm aware, until we've gone across this trapped bridge. I definitely recommend Featherfall here. This can be a bit fiddly to time. We're going to try and land on that section there and just jump over the traps. It's definitely a bit fiddly to time. Once we get over to this other side, you can see the two side doors should open and we get trolls popping out. The only time that doesn't happen is when one of the rooms contains a boss. That room there can contain a boss, in which case you have to go back through the bridge and kill it, or leave one of your party there to kill it. From experimenting, you can't go up there first, or at least not that I've found. You can't go up there and kill it before crossing the bridge. So out again, back to the quest giver. It might actually be as quick to recall. I don't know. I'm just going to follow my trail back to the quest giver. I guess this is another negative of this chain. I actually quite like this wilderness area. I think it's pretty nice, somewhat immersive. So I don't mind too much running through it. It's not a massive distance when you've got the horse. But I can understand why people, for example, people running XP potions would definitely not be doing this. So this is the last one then of this part, and then the next lot starts
The overgrown jungle
up in the
does its
third
best to obscure the cave
quest
in
area.
ancient ruins.
I think they start at level 8. I think they're level 8, 9 and 10. So maybe at level 10 we could have a go. Make a note of that, because it would be a shame not to finish the chain off. Okay, we've been hit with some pretty nasty incoming damage. We've not done too badly. I think we'd probably have been better off with this. Can we see? Well, according to the stats, the axe is the better in terms of damage, if it accounts for the crit chance in there. But I would have preferred the more regular crits from the falchion. We'll get that next level from the black razor. Of course, from level 10, any of you who have the Sword of Shadows from the Von raid won't be using anything else. I don't have that option, so I'll have to find something different. Okay, raging. Actually, I should have left that rage off, because we've got quite some distance to cover here. There's nothing, literally nothing, in this first section until we get to the little scorpion area. Could just try and avoid that. No, I think he's gonna get to us. Okay, we'll hold here. Is he coming? Maybe not. Okay, suit yourself. Again, forgot the blood tribute. I can see that as soon as the health goes down, I know I've forgotten it.
The gate on the far side of this chamber stands open. You hear
Which
faint
is a
snarling
nice,
from the
some people
darkness
don't like
beyond.
the health bar above the head. I definitely like it. It usually is a good way of showing me that I've made some kind of a mistake or other, or been hit by a strong attack. Change the weapon. Not today, Mr. Reaper, not today. Okay. Take the fatigue off. I'm going to have to invest in some more of those, aren't I? Yeah. They're an integral part of our strategy now, the lesser resto potions. Re-rage. Blood tribute in anticipation of damage being taken in here. Nice.
A rattling sound greets you from the west. You have lowered the drawbridge.
Don't think we need to go. Oh, go on. Let's do it. Knock him down. Yeah. Come on. Okay. Now where are we going? Across there. Now what I would tend to do is just sprint through to the end from there, but can we do it on this level and without invisibility? I'm not sure. I don't like waiting around for the scorpions on that bridge to mess about, to decide to show themselves to me. I think there might have been a Reaper there I saw just out of the corner of my eye. But anything that wants a piece of the action is going to have to follow us up here.
Human cleric of God of evil.
Got all the boosts going. Nice, nice, nice. Well, there can be, if for anybody using a sickle build, the sickle of Sephiroth can drop in there, and that's a very nice profile on it. I remember our bear did a bard war chanter build and took that sickle way up into the heroic levels.
To the south lies the entrance to the caves of the Grey
Okay, I don't even think we need to talk to the guy, because we'll talk to him when we come back for the second part. So we can consider that a done deal. So I think pretty happy, all told, with how that went. As I said, it's older content, so no great shakes completing that on Reaper 4, but I'm still more than happy with how we went. We don't have a real killer weapon, although it looks good on the screen. So yeah, I think we're doing okay. And the crowd control, albeit on a Reaper 4, because the higher up the Reaper skulls you go, the higher the saves of the opponents are. We were still having reasonable success with the stun and the trip. So that bodes well for our future if we can keep those high. And one of the things we're going to use to keep those high is the favoured soul level, which will come at 13. We're going to use the trans from that, which will be based off our wisdom score, which isn't terrible. I don't think we've got anything boosting wisdom at the moment, because it's not of interest really to us to do so, apart from the will save, which is reasonable anyway. So yeah, we'll be getting a nice little boost to damage and our stun and trip, probably at a stage where we're coming to need it. So hopefully that'll keep us in the game, crowd control wise. Okay, I think that about wraps it up for this one. Thank you very much as always for looking. Hope it was something a bit different for you, and I'll speak to you next time. Take care.